Yeah, we should be back now. So thanks everybody for
Cool.
tuning in to iCCupTV and our coverage of Stars War. AOD's raging because he doesn't have a mod. Maybe I should leave him unmodded for a while. No, I'm kidding. And
Troll moderation. Yeah.
troll style moderating. You know, do you really want chat channels?
Do you really want moderators? Yeah.
But we're going to be getting ready to get started on our next series here in just a few minutes, guys. We've got CheckPrime.we versus Dignitas Sjow. It's going to be Zerg versus Terran. Czech is one of the Zerg players who's been around since basically the start of the beta. He's a really skilled Zerg player. He's going to be going against Sjow. He's been getting a lot more notoriety recently, but has been around for a while as well. He's got a very interesting style in that, well, he's very adamant about not scouting. And that's one of those things that normally everybody goes on and on about. You gotta scout, it loses you games. And normally that's true, but somehow he gets away with it. I don't know how that works.
Just pure skill. Yeah. Scouting, that's so yesterday. No one scouts anymore now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess a cool style to have, just being that different than anyone else. And if that works out for him, like, why not? There's no definitive way to play StarCraft 2. You figure it out on your own, and that tends to be popular or not. But yeah, I guess scouting's just one of those things for him, at least.
Yeah, and it's really weird because if you look at it, he scouts, but he always waits to like the first Marine, and that's such a late scout that you'd think you'd sit at that you're sitting here at home, you're in your high chair, you've got your little glass of wine where you're looking down diminutively on the entire StarCraft
With
player
your
scene.
pipe.
Taking a puff from your pipe, and you're saying, well,
pipe.
obviously, a player who is just going to go for something cheesy is going to dominate him because he won't see it coming, and then you just go and take a sip of your wine. But I've seen Sjow a number of times, and he's just, even though he doesn't scout, he seems to just have this sixth sense about cheese. He's got this just amazing game sense, and he just stops it dead every time I've seen somebody try to cheese him, even though he doesn't scout.
Yeah, some people are just naturals. They can just feel it out, like, he's not doing this at this certain moment. Like, a little thing just goes off in the back of their mind, and then they're immediately able to just recover.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch, because it's just, I was one of those guys. I was like, he doesn't scout? He's going to get so abused by somebody, like, who just cheeses the hell out of him, and especially against, like, Koreans who love their strategic play, as they call it. Yeah, it's like they analyze the player, and if they think that somebody's weak to a particular cheese, they'll go for it. They call it strategic play. They see a weakness, they'll slam it as hard as they can because they just want to win. And it'll be an interesting test for Sjow. See how he stands up against Czech.
Indeed. Time to go load up this replay. So our first map will be Zelnaga Caverns. We got a best of 3 for both these guys here. Oh, don't start replay. There we go. T is for restart.
Yeah, T is for restart, and then we don't touch it ever again.
Exactly. Replay casting is such a delicate flower. Oh my gosh. Can't wait until BNet eventually gets their things together and allows us to watch at once.
Yeah, that'd be
also,
wonderful.
Maybe LAN
be able to
too.
watch with my friends.
I don't know. Which would you prefer first, LAN or
LAN,
the replay casting?
LAN.
LAN.
A
Okay.
million times LAN. I have been involved in a lot of LAN tournaments, like casting, watching, just helping in general. And
you're right.
every
You've been at
single
LANs
every
StarCraft
single
2, so.
one so far has had some sort of a BattleNet issue that stalled the tournament. So LAN, definitely LAN.
Oh, fair enough.
100 times LAN.
Okay. 1, 2, 3 times the LAN. Yep. So same map as we're as our previous set here, beginning on Zelnaga Caverns. You ready to go, Raelcun?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Just give
Baller.
me one more second, making sure my computer isn't blowing up here.
Oh yeah, you had some issues early on, right?
Yeah, I had some issues earlier, and I'm being paranoid today. But it looks like it's behaving for now, so I'm gonna be good to start here between Czech and Sjow.
The life of StarCraft 2 stream producer, quite the stressful one.
Yeah, you think you've got everything set up. We just did the Justin TV switch, and okay, everything's working, and then random computer issues. I know Day 9 had his share of those yesterday as well. And
Oh my god, yeah. This video card, he needs a new one or something. Alright, I'm ready to go. Let's do this, Raelcun.
So let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright everyone, welcome back. This is Raelcun with Gun Run here for iCCup Television and our coverage of the Gigabyte Stars War number 6. We are in the round of 32 and my game sound has appeared randomly.
Ooh, well that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I can hear those drones go back and forth and squiddle, yeah.
Well, I meant the music. I was trying to turn it on and off earlier and it didn't work, but you know, we've got game music now. It doesn't sound like it's too loud. But of course the old toggle for that was Control M, and well, of course that's now the APM tab, which now shows us that Czech is at a blazing, oh wait, now down to 20, wait, back up to 100. So
ooh, yeah,
he's a
who is that guy? He's good.
Yeah, that guy.
It's the Korean dude to break 3 digits immediately, right? Yeah.
But of course, you know, APM in the early game not that important. Players do have different philosophies on it. I've seen players who just hang around down at 20 just because, well, why bother? And other players who they're blazing like 500 because they want to warm up their fingers. But either player really going overboard early in the game. And we do want to stop and say thank you to Gigabyte for sponsoring Stars War. This is the 6th one. It's got quite a history. The last one was the first major StarCraft 2 tournament, like, ever. Tasteless and Artosis were involved with that, and Tasteless still talks about getting to play Loner in that tournament. So if you want to hear a funny story, just prod him about Stars War and Loner and see what happens.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's been a year since Stars War. I really asked everything now. Yeah, but man, it's been such a long time. I still remember the first one.
This is like a Makarax at the gold.
Whoa.
This is like a Makarax +1, you know?
What? Yeah, I haven't heard Makarax in a while. But yeah, 2 racks opening here, one very far away. Yeah. Czech Prime himself just doing the standardo. Looks like he'll do another speedling expand style here. When I was looking at Czech Prime's base, he was forced to do an extractor trick early on. I'm guessing he just missed his overlord timing there. But yeah, what Terran's doing right now, what Sjow is up to, totally out of the ordinary right now. And we'll see how that works out for him with just that 2 racks opening.
Yeah, this is particularly strong on this map, given the fact that, you know, Zelnaga is relatively small. Given the size of the maps that have been coming in recently, all the GSL maps that people have been playing on, you know, Tall Dream's been very popular, Terminus, Crevasse, Shakuris is back in, and that's, you know, a bit longer than this. Zelnaga suddenly has become one of the shorter maps, and that's where you're going to be doing this sort of play on. But Czech does have some early Zerglings in order to protect his natural. He didn't have that hatched down, and the Zerglings will be able to chase away that SCV, make sure it can't build anything sneaky. So now the question is, what is he going to be doing with these Marines? You can see they're rallied over here at the Watchtower. Are we going to see a bit-by-bit prime, as Tasteless loves to shout? Or nope, he's actually just going to go straight for a command center. So probably send the first 5 or 6 Marines out before the Zergling speed. They can actually do quite a bit of damage, but he might not even want to do that, given the fact that he saw the pool first from Czech. That means the speed is going to be faster. Once there's speed, he's in trouble with those Marines.
Yeah, it looks like he's pulled off all but 1 drone from that extractor right now. Getting the speed will be done soon. And because those Zerglings that were sacrificed earlier on does know there are plenty of Marines out there on the field at this moment, even moving in right now. There's a bunker that he did prevent from going on up. But yeah, really, we are seeing his barracks fall back right now, and Sjow will be able to defend himself quite well as his opponent is expanding.
Yeah, and if you look at Sjow's vision, he has absolutely no idea what's going on, as is usual for Sjow. He did send one of the units up into the main when he was poking around earlier on, so he saw the pool and the gas, but he had an idea there was a hatchery going down, but, you know, there's no hatch confirmed because he hasn't seen it. And so he's just pulling back. He's getting defenses set up at his natural. He's getting his expansion going, but he's just guessing on what Czech is doing at this point. And, you know, normally this is like, oh my god, such, you know, scouting, but this is par for the course for Sjow. So if you're not familiar with him,
earlier,
don't be too alarmed. He does this quite frequently.
really relying on that game sense as we were talking about earlier. So we are seeing Factory coming up right now, and another Rax too, so very bio-aggressive here. We'll go for that snipe on that SCV, and he does succeed, so that bunker will take a bit longer to go and finish on up. We do see the second orbital command on its way up there. He did morph it back in his main, and we'll be able to get that second base up, but his opponent though, Czech Prime did have a second hatchery up already. Both queens are out there, and already starting to spread to creep out too, so they're again in a nice position here, especially with the Roach Warren about halfway done right now. So, yeah, we'll see how it works.
Yeah, we've got a much faster Roach Warren than we saw out of Sen. It looks like we're going to be seeing some aggressive play out of him, definitely, just because he's been poking with those Zerglings quite aggressively. He's delayed both of the bunkers a significant amount. Sjow started with a proxy barracks for 2 Rex pressure, and then it got completely shut down by the Zerglings.
Love seeing Czech Prime right now with that Overlord into the main, maybe able to see what's going on there. Did spot the tech lab on the Factory, and can pretty insinuate that he is going for that Marine and siege tank style of composition here.
Yeah, and I mean, just some great scouting from Czech. And if we look back to Sjow, well, he still hasn't scouted anymore, so he's just relying on what he thinks his opponent is doing. And is he going to be expecting an aggressive play from Czech? Because there goes a third hatchery at the natural. That's going to be another thing that's going to confirm the more aggressive style, as getting that extra hatchery this soon, even before the third base, means he's probably going to be looking to make a lot of units and just go freaking kill Sjow. Maybe, you know, a little bit of a day 9 style, just go freaking kill him. And
freaking, yes, that's the correct terminology.
Yeah, well we're PG here. I can't use the other terminology.
No, I've been in that shoot before. It's all good, Raelcun. So it looks like we see Czech Prime right now throwing down a macro hatchery. So with that, not given this positioning, it will allow him more surface area there. So it will take longer for any unit to really just roll up into that main. And yeah, it looks like he's going for rocks to be taken down soon. So third base should anticipate that very shortly as well.
Yeah, so we're just waiting to see what Czech is doing. His layer's almost done. He's got that baneling nest, but he hasn't made any banelings yet. What did you say about an engineering bay?
And there's an E-bay there right behind the shrubbery, preventing